Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to the Out for Smokes podcast. We're here. It's 2024. I'm here with Scott Chaplain, Sean McCarthy, and a good friend of the show, Thomas from Twitter. I don't think I know your last name, and
it's white, like the color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think I did know that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm probably not going to get a real job just because of the internet. So it's fine if people know. It's all right. Thank you for having me.
He hosts the Pendejo Time podcast.
The Pendejo Time podcast.
len0killer on Twitter.
Yeah, very funny stuff on Twitter. I forget. I don't remember anything nowadays, but I remember. But over the years, you've had a lot of real bangers on there. You had something. Oh, you said you had that one tweet where you said they should, if you spend a certain amount of money at Hooters, you should get to kill one of the girls.
Yeah, people love that. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much pushback at all on that one. That was cool. I remember. Yeah, I got a bunch of threats that people were going to get me fired from my job on that one, and like people like thought I like wrote for SNL or something, but I was literally a day laborer. And so people were like, dude, we got to get this guy fired. And I was thinking, like, I made $100 cash a day at the time. And I was like, you can. Yeah. Please, like, you can get, like, send an airstrike or something and kill me if you want to. I mean,
are you a day laborer, like in the parking lot? Are you in the parking lot? With
no.
guys?
I like to use that term. I just work for a landscaping company.
Okay.
But I like to be.
So it's kind of temp.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But, I mean, I've worked for the same guy for a long time. But it's just funny to be like, I'm a day laborer. I work in a field. And I get paid in dried corn,
Right.
But
whenever I go to U-Haul, there's a lot of guys hanging out, looking for work.
They're having fun out there. Is a thing.
It sucks standing around waiting for someone to be like you, right? Like they probably have other stuff they want to be doing.
Like what?
But I'm sure when you get
they're already drinking
like
beer in the
sisters.
Yeah.
None of them are trying to get hired that bad. They're all like talking to their
Right.
Their wife and 17 children. They're it's my job to stand in the parking lot all day. I'm sorry. That's how I bring home the big bucks.
Yeah. I guess that is cool because you get to see your friends.
Yeah.
It's
cool. I mean, what other business just has slaves who can do that trade outside, like where they sell the stuff? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you could buy a sushi chef outside of a restaurant, that'd be insane.
You just pull your truck up and like 9 sushi chefs come out to the truck and they're like, me.
They're all bowing to you.
Yeah.
They all single file hop into the back of your pickup. That'd be so sick.
Yeah. It would be sick. I left the house today. A couple. If you're a regular listener to the show, you probably remember the time that I had a $20 bill that was like taped together for the longest time in my top drawer, and I went to take it to the bank one day, and the teller looks at it and she goes, well, this is 2 different serial numbers, so it's not the same bill. So I was like, oh, okay. So she had to give me back my taped up $20 bill, and I had to just put it in my pocket and leave the bank. It was like kind of, I guess it was a little embarrassing. Yeah. What are you gonna do? But right before I left, my wife was like, I'm surprised they didn't give you that 20 when you went to the bank. She's like, remember when you did that? She's like, they should have given you 2 20s because you had parts of the bill. She's like, I heard it's something crazy She goes, I heard it's something crazy, like it's like less than 30% of the bill is all you need to get a full 20. I'm like, Deborah, if that was true, everybody would just be ripping up their $20 bills and they would have no value. And I was already like, I was sort of like running late, So right before I left the house, I just went, Dirt! And that was the last thing that I said to my wife before I left the house
Today.
Yeah, I just went, Dirt!
You're so great. Every 20 is $60.
Yeah, every
20. Rip it into thirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I was trying to buy
She's like, you should Google it. I heard you only need 30% of the bill to get a full 20. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The more you disagree with her, the thicker her accent gets in your stories.
Yeah.
You get like, you're like, this dumb bitch.
Yeah.
And this is how she talks.
But that's why I can't wait for my kid to be a little older, because I need someone there to be like, Mom, that's really stupid.
Yeah, Mike in all his stories is married to Big Pussy from The Sopranos.
Yeah. That's true.
I tried to buy a tank of gas with quarters one time, and I remember I was at the pump thinking about killing myself, and the cashier comes running out with one of my quarters, and she says, "Sir, I'm so sorry. I cannot use this one. It's not legal tender because it has a portrait painted of the Joker on it." And she points it. She gives it to me, and on this quarter, which I didn't fucking notice, over George Washington's face and body, a skilled artistry like portrait of the Joker was drawn onto it.
Wow.
And she was like, "I'm really sorry. I have to take
Why couldn't
25
she
cents."
take it? Yeah.
She said,
It feels like a thing the Joker does to get like young guys who have no money to join him.
Yeah, she was like, "It's been vandalized."
At your lowest, you have one quarter, and it's the Joker's quarter.
And I was like, that's fine. I think I would rather have the Joker quarter than the 25 cents worth of gas.
Yeah, it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Right. They sketched "In Serious We Trust" on it.
Yeah, it says 24 cents instead of 25, so when you go to use it, you're a penny short.
Dude, that is some Joker shit.
What was
Some
the
men just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, he's the Ashkenazi Joker. He's like shorting people out of life. People get their deli orders and they're like an ounce off.
What was the most expensive thing you ever paid for in quarters?
In quarters?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You ever go to Tijuana?
I'm trying to think. I think probably gas.
Yeah.
If I could I've paid for other things in quarters, but I try and do it I try and keep it under like $5 or so. So it's not a huge dig move. But for a while when I didn't have a job, it's called the quarters method, where if I can't buy it with like physical quarters, if that's too embarrassing for me, then I can't buy it.
Yeah.
So like rent, stuff like that, just don't worry about those. Just like chips and stuff, take care of the necessities. But yeah.
Nice.
Did you guys have good New Year's?
I did.
Yeah, it was okay. I was in bed like right before midnight.
It's good. It's good to be a family man.
Yeah,
It's
is.
like it's.
What
so,
did you do?
I went to a fucking party.
Yeah.
Thought about how I was gonna die alone. About how my wife left me. And how I'll never have a child and it's all over. Well, a bunch of fucking retards did coke and Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, but sometimes you end up married to the retard, and she says things like, you could rip a $20 bill in half, and it's, I found an infinite money glitch. But all you have to do is take a $20 bill and rip it into thirds.
It is funny. Deborah's telling you things like I would imagine an elementary school classmate would tell me.
Yeah.
Like, no, if you shoplift, if you get outside the store, they can't stop you anymore.
Yeah.
They've got a new Nintendo out, and it takes Xbox games.
I just get madder and madder.
Did I ever tell you when I was in elementary school, I had the original Pokemon, and I told my friend that I collected all 150, but then my game died and it didn't save.
Really?
I don't think they believed me.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever lied. I don't think I've ever told lies like that. It's never like paid off for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another time I was in chess club, and I we would play like the chess master game, the computer, and the computer would kick my ass all the time.
Yeah.
But what you could do is you could just set it so you control the computer. So I just made the computer lose, and I told the teacher, like, look, I beat the fucking computer.
Nice.
And he believed me, and then he found out later.
Are you following Israel-Palestine at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's 2024. Let's give it a break, Mike.
Yeah.
I consider myself a leading authority on the matter, so I'm glad you brought it up. Because there's a whole situation going on over there.
Yeah.
My dad brought it up the other day. He said, I'm trying to remember how he put it, but I think he said, it seems like there's a big situation over there. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah. And then that was it. We kept it to that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve, I saw my brother-in-law's family, and I thought if it was going to get brought up, they would be wrong about it. And immediately he was like, it's a fucking genocide. That's crazy. And then, I'm like, great. We go into like deep conversation just about things. And within 5 minutes, he's like, I'm a flat earther. And
Nice.
and no lie, he said that the planes were holograms. Like they're like holographs. They're not real.
Oh, at 9/11?
9/11, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That would be
like,
cool
shit,
if
all right.
they could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like holograms that kill 2,500 people.
But Sean, what do you think they did with the planes? Do you think they
They shot him down. Well, this is all speculative, but
Wait, you don't think they hit the towers?
no, I think drones hit the towers.
But they look like planes. Drones
they
that
are,
look like planes.
yeah, they are. They're actual like drones in the sense that they look exactly like planes, but they're remote controlled.
But every time I see a video, right, and I want to believe that it was drones, that's fun. It's so they
It
always
is a lot of
base it.
fun. I like my beliefs.
Yeah,
I have a great time in the world.
But it's they go look at this footage of what these firefighters said that day, and then they're like, there was like 3 explosions, and it's like, yeah, you were in a building that was like popping and floors were falling and shit was collapsing. Like,
What do you mean popping though?
well, when you go into like a burning building or a house,
Right.
like fire pops and cracks, and it's like,
Yeah, when you're in a
shit
burning
gets
building
wild.
and people set off thermite charges, there are sometimes pops and cracks
Yeah, but
that
they act like
firefighters hear.
like fire doesn't act wild and make
Well-
wild noises.
But why
And
would
when
there be
buildings start
explosions?
to crumble, they don't creak
But why would there be explosions at the bottom of the building though?
because shit's starting to cave. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Are they were saying there was explosions at the bottom? I was just assuming it's like a form of expression, you know? Like once shit starts collapsing or things start busting, you go, whoa, explosions.
You know how sometimes you get loud when you like are passionate about something because
Oh, am I being loud?
Scott gets loud when he doesn't know his stuff. He's like a puppy that's like
No, it's just every time I see they go, this is the proof, and it's people going, I heard big noises. You go, of course you would hear that. Why would you not hear loud noises
well there's
as 2 of the biggest buildings in the world were about to go down?
there's firemen saying that they saw. We're gonna get off this in a second, but
Okay,
there's
yeah.
firemen saying that they saw explosions. So don't you think if you're a firefighter, you know what an explosion is? You
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
be
I think there's
confused as to what-
explosions in fire is what I mean.
But in the lobby there were explosions.
Okay, yeah.
I think. Anyway.
I'm working on
All
a
right.
theory that it was
Yeah, go
all
ahead.
Mexicans.
Oh, okay.
I don't really
All
have
right.
any proof yet.
Just
but
like
I like
shit
that.
explodes in
Okay.
fires,
yeah,
you know?
Hey!
Yeah.
Gas, you know, like was there gas in there? Like then there's
You know what
explosions
happened?
everywhere.
You know what happened? They went to Home Depot in the morning. They were like, "All right, I need 7 guys to fly a plane into the World Trade Center."
Yeah.
And they all went there.
Yeah, they did it. They did it for $60.
Yeah.
But like when pipes start leaking and then
Yeah,
explosions happen,
No,
when
it's
there's
all
like
I mean,
wiring defaults,
it's all very natural stuff. You know, a firefighter, they would always like see these kinds of scenarios where you go into a building and some Orthodox Hasidic man calls his cell phone and then explosions start.
he presses a button and disappears. He says, Zordon, come in. They're like, what?
Inspector Gadget watch.
You know, I couldn't.
Scott's
help,
like, "Don't Israelis just dance all the time anyway?"
you know, I couldn't help but notice that none of the people in 9/11 had Down syndrome.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe they got an email.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't come into your CEO office tonight.
They got a warning on their light bright.
They're just throwing up Skittles like confetti.
Yeah.
Don't go eat macaroni on the 98th floor today. Just like a paper airplane message drawn in crayon.
All right, there was explosions. I don't
Retards
know.
did it. Apparently, my favorite 9/11 truth documentary is 9/11: The New Pearl Harbor, and apparently the guy who made it, he's an Italian, I believe. He also did a 3-hour documentary about how the moon landing is fake.
Okay.
And there's some problems with that. I haven't seen it. I hear there's some problems with that one.
With the moon landing?
The moon landing one. Well,
Didn't they? We have said that we've lost the technology, right? That's the NASA's explanation, like the actual government explanation is we've lost the technology to go back to the moon, and it's annoying to figure it out again.
Thought we did it off Black Girl Magic.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that Ghostbusters.
Do you have any conspiracy theories that you're like really into?
Honestly, I don't really. My thing is, most of it's none of my business.
Right.
And I just, 9/11 stuff like that.
It's such a good outlook on life.
I
yeah.
cannot bring myself to give a fuck about
Really?
something that doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
I grew up like an hour and a half from the Dealey Plaza. I've never been.
Uh-huh.
I was watching a screening of Texas Chainsaw Massacre a couple years ago at this theater in Dallas. It's called like the Kessler Theater. And it was funny because I was like out in the lobby afterwards, and they had a bunch of shirts with Lee Harvey Oswald on them. And I remember thinking like, that's kind of in poor taste for a movie theater. It's kind of weird. And then they had like a plaque, and like JFK got like blicked like down the street. I didn't even know. I didn't even go check it out. I just
9/11,
all that stuff. I mean,
right.
if they wanted, if they did it again, I wouldn't be able to stop it then either. It's just one of those things.
That's such a healthy way to go through life, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, actually, if you read enough books about 9/11, your wife will move to Florida. You can live in a 1-bedroom by yourself, contemplate everything you've done up until this moment.
Yeah, I guess it all started. I guess 9/11 was just a big plan to ruin Sean's marriage.
Yeah, his wife's lawyer did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, there were military.
Sean bullied a kid in elementary school, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna
do 9/11."
He was a 14.
And I'm gonna leave enough crumbs so you become obsessed with this.
So you become obsessed with it. It's gonna ruin your marriage.
Yeah, but anyways, there were 4 to 6 military exercises on 9/11, and they're classified, so we don't know what they were doing. But this is why I think it explains very well why there was no air response, because there have been, like before 9/11. There have been situations where you lose contact with a plane. Usually within 15 minutes, you'll have an F-16 up there right behind it.
Ass,
but the fucking planes flew around for like an hour and a half without being bothered. And
is it like a Benny Hill chase up there, and they just don't want to admit it?
Maybe.
All right.
But so there were 4 to 6 military exercises that moved most all the F-16s over to like Alaska and shit. But then the other part of it was at least some of the exercises were hijack exercises. Like there were, F-16 pilots who thought they were doing a drill hijacking. And something they do in those drill hijackings, military exercises, is they shoot down dummy planes. Like you practice the scenario.
What are the dummy planes made out of?
Well, they're just actual planes, but they're remote control flown, or they don't have any actual people in them.
Okay.
So you're F-16 pilot, you're like, okay, this is a hijack. There's no response. Let's practice shooting it down. And there's a lot of credible people who believe something like this happened on 9/11, which would explain, maybe United 93. A lot of people think that was shot down. So it might have just been an F-16 pilot who's like, hey, this is part of the drill, right? They might have Dick Cheney might have Ender's gamed these people into shooting down the planes with the people on them. Is what I'm saying.
Nice.
Yeah. I hate when that happens.
I love having these thoughts and being alone.
If 9/11 happened to me, like if I was on the plane, I would just probably like go to the bathroom because I figure like nobody else is gonna get up while it's getting hijacked and go to the bathroom. So I just go in there, vape, and play on my phone. Well, you can't even play on your phone.
What if they yelled at you though? What if they were like,
they yelled at me?
Get back to your seat.
No habla. Sorry, dude. Oh, you got a box cutter? Oh my god, that's crazy.
Oh, so we're doing like if it's Mexicans?
No, I thought they had box cutters to begin with.
They did have box cutters. No, because you're saying no hablo.
No,
I thought you were still living
I would
in
just
the
mock
world
them.
where
He
I'm
doesn't
getting
understand their
hijacked.
language.
In 2001, if I was a man from Texas in 2001 and I hear Arabic on an airplane, I just think, oh, they got some type of circus act going on up here. Now I'm an educated young man, but then I would just think, oh, this is like they're doing something like from the movie Airplane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to get hijacked. I think it would throw a real curveball, especially if
It seems like planes used to get hijacked all the time, though, right? Like
people were bored back then.
Yeah.
It's like, what can you do? There's no iPhone,
right?
There's no nowadays. Kids used to hijack planes. Now they're playing on their dang phones instead.
Yeah.
You also, as a kid, I always just saw it as like, oh, people going on vacation, and then, a piece of it is now their vacation is ruined. But it's people with like open hearts, excited about life, and then as you get older, you're like, no, the airport sucks. They took like all these people who died had a shitty morning at the airport. They're flying to like places. Most of them probably didn't want it. Maybe a few of them are going on vacation. Most of them are having to do like business they don't want to do.
You don't get excited?
Or save a relationship that isn't worth saving, and then they die on 9/11.
You don't get excited going to the airport?
Oh, I do, but it's also sucked ass to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly sucks. It's all business. I fucking hate going to the airport.
Yeah.
No, not fun at all.
Yeah.
New Year's resolutions?
I don't know. This is like the I'm not really falling for the bullshit this year.
Dude, that's a
New
good
Year's
resolution, man.
What?
That's a cool resolution.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not. This is like probably the least exciting New Year's ever in my life. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Here we go again. I know nothing's going to be. My grandmother called me today. She said, "I hope you have a great 2024." I go, "It's not going to be great. It's going to be more. It's going to be more of the same. I'm going to be pushing my kid around. He's going to be saying, "I don't want you. I want mommy." My wife's going to talk my ear off, and tell me about all her infinite money glitch plans. You can buy a coin. It's called Shiba Inu coin, and you can buy it.
Michael, if you push up, down, left, right, X, square, you get $1 million.
You could see Princess Jasmine's boobs in the Aladdin game. Yeah, but you're visiting, right? You're visiting New York City.
Yeah,
and how's that going for you?
It's nice.
Yeah. Do you get excited about stuff?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get excited?
He's 24.
I get
He's-
excited about
right.
visiting new places and meeting new people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had some pizza earlier. That was pretty exciting.
Nice.
I don't get like, whoa, I don't go crazy most of the time.
Yeah.
But I'd say I still got a little spark of life left in me.
Nice.
You roll the windows down when you drive?
I'll roll one. I'll crack the driver front one, and then I'll crack the passenger rear one, and then it's like
Just so the noise doesn't.
Yeah. I got it down.
Okay.
But
You're not a let your hair blow in the wind guy though, singing songs in the car.
it depends. I feel like not really.
Damn.
My dad is weird. He doesn't listen to music in the car,
Mm.
and he drives like 4 hours a day. He just looks.
That is weird.
He looks just
Look straight ahead.
like if I'll pass him on the freeway sometimes, and I know it's him because he looks like a fucking eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom we would be driving in the car. She would turn off the radio and go, "I want quiet." We would just sit in silence.
Yeah,
in the
dude.
car.
We would drive. We would go on like road trips to vacations.
Yeah.
And it would be like no laughing allowed.
Yeah.
Like no
Really?
noise. It was dead silent in the Astro van.
Mm.
But that's okay. That's
Yeah.
how it is sometimes.
Yeah. Do you ever work with guys on jobs who like don't eat all day? I feel like it's kinda similar
They
to
just
that.
do meth.
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
that
that's
is?
what that is.
Okay.
It's guys who are on uppers, which
Okay.
is fine. So, although, there's some weird like I work with a lot of like Guatemalan guys. And they have a lot of weird like hacks or whatever. Like in the summer, they'll like bring like a jug of water,
Yeah.
and instead of bringing just ice, they'll like bury it.
Oh, okay.
So the soil keeps it kind of cool, and then they just have a dirty water bottle
Yeah.
that they have to
just
dig
drinking
up.
mud all day.
Like, I mean, it's sealed, but it's like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
just their hands covered in mud because they had to get their
Yeah.
water out of the ground.
Interesting.
I'm like, does that
Yeah.
make your life better than ice?
Yeah.
It makes you feel kind of cool though. Like if I'm
That's kinda
doing
cool.
work, I go like, all right, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pretend we're building something like special.
Mm-hmm.
I was like that at first, and now I like kind of do a bad job. Like I don't.
Yeah.
It's all right. You get to a point where you're like, if I don't mess this up, somebody else will. And that's
Right.
okay.
Right. But so when did you get into town?
Last week. I guess like well, I was in Connecticut for a few days. I've been here a few days. It's been nice staying in Williamsburg.
Yeah.
I don't know where you guys are all from, but
We live in Brooklyn, Queens, Jersey. But anyway, that's not.
Oh yeah. Well, Thomas came to the annual Out for Smokes holiday
yeah,
party.
Yeah. I want it.
Mike had the idea to do the holiday party. Some of you listeners came. Thomas was there. It was a lot of fun, and I think we'll
Yeah.
make it an annual tradition.
Yeah, we had girls there.
There were girls, you know.
There was
pretty
girls.
cool.
That's sick.
There
I
was
mean,
like 4 girls
yeah.
that showed up. Yeah.
One of them was Thomas's girlfriend.
yeah.
So 5 girls. I wasn't counting her.
You don't
out of
count.
respect. Out of respect to you.
Well,
yeah.
then for a second I went, she's 2 girls?
What?
But, yeah, you're.
Oh, yeah.
She's 1 girl. Yeah.
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 But yeah, it was pretty good. It's just so hard to get people to show up to a party these days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I starting this year out depressed? Maybe a little bit. It's just nobody wants to like do anything
You need
It's
to,
hard. It's hard to get people out to stuff.
You should become like a Huberman guy, like an ice bath, like weird
Yeah.
meditation and stuff, like holistic health guy this year. I think that'd be good for you.
Okay.
Do like,
Let your depression be character building.
Yeah,
Convince
yeah.
yourself
Get on-
it's about climbing a mountain.
yeah,
You know?
shave your head, get on TRT.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
start eating just like herbs that do nothing.
Okay.
I think that would be good for you.
Okay. Just going to the woods for a little bit.
Yeah. I've been thinking about just like reading like 2 articles about science, and then I just tie everything in my life back to those 2 articles. That's kind of my thing right now.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Pick an article a week, and that's who you are that week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you made particular progress in any parts of your lives this year?
Oh, I guess.
I mean, we had another miscarriage.
Oh, that's
So I guess we're
Yeah. So
Congrats.
So I guess we're getting closer to not having
Nice.
one. I don't know.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks.
That's big.
Yeah, it's well, it's funny because I was shooting so many loads and that nothing was taking.
Yeah, just
And then we
fucking
got-
right off the edge of the rim. You know?
Yeah. And then we got pregnant, and then a day later, my wife was like, "I don't think we're keeping this one."
Yeah.
So,
Do you think it
we'll
heard
figure
you
out.
podcasting in the other room and killed itself?
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible.
Deborah checked the Patreon numbers and then immediately had a miscarriage. The baby was like, "I'm out of here. There's no future in this."
Wait, that's another thing we got to stop doing in 2024 is putting ourselves down.
Oh yeah,
What?
we're not
No,
going to put
this
ourselves
is
down anymore.
Self-deprecating.
Yeah. I
Wait.
know, but nobody likes that. People want to think that we're winning.
We're winning.
People
You're
want
right.
to people want to be listening to a winners podcast. And
in and out lists.
Yeah.
2023 out. Depressed guys in their 30s.
Exactly.
In winning guys in their 30s.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Bright colors.
Deb,
Bright
so
colors.
So our friend Nimesh just did a show at Madison Square Garden, the theater. You know Nimesh Patel,
No.
Indian comic.
But
Funny guy. Yeah, he was.
Oh,
What?
nothing.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. No, and they're
No,
good
I
at
was
it.
joking that I was surprised that a guy named Nimesh Patel was Indian.
Oh,
but no,
okay.
you're good.
Right. Well, if you'd only heard him speak, you'd think he was a black guy. But
Right. But, she was like, this guy really knows how to like market himself. He markets himself like a pop star.
right.
Like whenever he's promoting shows, he's like, look at me, I'm killing it. And that's what we got to start doing.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
We got to start,
Yeah, more we're killing it and not we're killing
ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to start taking pictures on like rooftops and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, talk about
Wearing like big puffer jackets.
yeah, how people didn't think we could do it, but we did.
Yeah.
You know, we got to create haters and then fucking suffocate them
Yeah.
with our words on the internet.
They
Yeah.
wanted me fucking dead this year, and it didn't happen.
Exactly.
You go, who's they? You go, my thoughts, honestly, but you don't know that.
My mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But you're kind of like new to stand up.
Yeah. I've been doing podcasting for about 3 years. Stand up, I'm pretty new. Pretty bad, but it's okay.
You think?
I'm just kind of rusty, I guess, in terms of figuring out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely a learning curve.
Well, you just got to get on stage 3 times a night, every single night, and totally sacrifice your relationship with your family and friends.
Yeah,
and then
that's
get
good.
on stage and have nothing. And then so then when you go on stage, you can talk about like the show, the bookers, the life of a stand-up comedian. Things that are relatable to regular people.
Things
Yeah.
that people want to hear.
Things that people want to hear about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I live, it's like a very dead stand-up scene, but I really enjoy watching guys do stand-up who like, not to talk shit, but like they're not funny at all, and they also don't know like what comedy is. So
Yeah.
they like there was a guy the other night.
You're
I love
in
this.
like a smaller scene.
Oh yeah, I love this dude. He goes up every night and just talks about how he like has a stomach ache,
Yeah.
and he doesn't turn it into a joke.
Great. He just
He'll
loves
just
his
be like,
diagnosis.
yeah, he'll be like, man, I went to Whataburger earlier. Man, my stomach is hurting, dog. And then he just pauses like we're about to laugh, and we're just like, and he's like, man, I had that bacon cheddar burger. God damn, my stomach hurts. And it's like 6 minutes of that.
It'd be so great if that guy like kidnapped the Tonight Show host like Rupert Pupkin and got to do that shit on television.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's still this in like local scenes, but when I started in 2008, and there was a lot of like older people who were retarded and they like watched VHSs of Johnny Carson, and so they would come and do like a weird 80s impression that was so disconnected from reality, and they would like motion like a fucking weirdo. Yeah, really bad.
Yeah, we the Stress Factory open mic, there were some real characters
Yeah,
there.
it's fun. They're all dead too.
Are they?
Yeah, like Ronnie Moses and shit. They all died.
He died?
He had to have died. Yeah.
Okay.
If he didn't die, then the healthcare system is fine in America.
Well, do you have any questions for our guest? What do you want to talk to our guest about?
Well, somebody asked me to ask him about Mousy Cheesy.
Mousy Cheese is
Mousy Cheese.
He's essentially a mouse detective. And it's something I've been working on for about 6 months, I'd say, in my spare time. And he's a Mike. I guess no, it's okay. Mike can look at his phone.
No, because actually, you know what I was doing? I was texting Johnny the minute mark where he needs to clean it up.
No, it's fine because I know Mike wanted for me to come on so he could look at his phone instead of learning about Mousy Cheese.
No.
The Mousy Detective.
I'm just trying to make the editing.
If you knew how
Johnny's got a lot of work ahead of him turning this.
How many wheels of cheese he had saved from rats?
Mm-hmm.
You would maybe be thinking twice about that.
Okay.
And he likes to have. He's a bit of a charmer,
Right.
He's
a character.
Well, we should just say, like, Mike is actually union, so he does get a 15-minute look at OnlyFans break while we record the podcast.
That's fair.
We should have I got rid of my OnlyFans, but we should have like a podcast OnlyFans account that we could just look at.
He's like truly wild. The way he's trying to look at things without Deb yelling at him is amazing.
That actually reminds me, when I was a kid, my brother and I would watch porn on the computer downstairs, and it was like dial-up, so you just like have to hope your parents don't come down.
Yeah,
and I thought
pick up the phone.
Yeah. So I thought I was clever.
Your mom's waiting for like test results or something.
So I thought I was clever, and it was like 8 p.m. or something, and I went up to my mom in bed and I was like, Mom, I was just really concerned about your health. I think you should just stay in bed and rest tonight. And she immediately figures it out.
Really?
Comes out and is like, what are you up to? My brother and I are just watching porn downstairs.
I'm worried about your health.
You should stay in bed. I'm really concerned about you. And that exact thing is what I thought of when you suggested that the podcast should get an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
It's like very clearly, how do I hide this from Deborah?
But all of a sudden you guys are losing $1,000 a month, and you're like, I don't know what is happening. Damn taxes here in New York City. I mean, come on.
There's a new podcasting fee. Damn it, Eric Adams.
Oh my God. Yeah, freaking texting my ass off over here.
I'm sorry, we interrupted you, Thomas.
No, it's okay. This is better.
No, but there's just a couple. But the thing with OnlyFans is that I want to just sometimes there's new people that are on there, so you just want to go and check it out, and that's it. But the other thing I noticed,
it's not like music. It's not like there's like new innovative tits and pussy. There's no new sound.
It's not like the NBA.
Right. It's just kind of the same.
And there's just free ones in porn. It's endless.
Yeah, but it's nice to I don't know. Anyway, but another thing I realized the other day is sometimes I'll be like scrolling through Twitter and I'll see like a big ass or something, and I'll click on it. Like, imagine this is like a photo of like a woman's ass, but then I'll just I'll just close out the app. Mm-hmm. But then when I reopen the app again, there's just a big ass on my phone. But what my wife needs to understand is that I was quickly exiting.
Yeah, you were scared of it and threw it.
Yeah.
You closed your eyes.
I was
and
rushing.
You couldn't figure out how to get out of it.
Yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
This is Mousy Cheese.
Rushing to.
So Mousy Cheese, look, we could talk all day about Mousy Cheese, and I don't want to drag it out because I feel like he speaks for himself for the most part. Mm-hmm. But really, he's a mouse detective in the 40s. I think I'd have to ask him, and he's pretty good with the ladies.
Okay.
He likes when he goes down on a lady mouse, she squeaks like a menace, and just tail up in the air. He hits it from the back. He's 2 weeks old, so fully grown, and he
Was it 2 week old mouse?
Yeah, it's about standard
Yeah. What is a mouse's age?
mouse adulthood.
Like
Mice
life.
can live, I think, 200 or 300 years
Yeah.
if they're trained properly.
Look it
Right.
up.
But
They
I
have a
don't
good
know.
environment like Mike's apartment.
Yeah,
Plenty of food on the floor.
yeah, yeah. I've always thought about like if there was a Ratatouille scenario where like he get like, imagine you're like having sex and a mouse like crawls on your head and he like starts controlling you like in Ratatouille, but he like makes you better.
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
Yeah. Well, that's what he did with the guy in the movie. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But like imagine
if different ways.
yeah, like a laying pipe Ratatouille where it's like the guy doesn't know how to fuck at all till the mouse gets on his head. He's wearing like a yarmulke or whatever, and the girl doesn't know. like he has to like.
She's like, why don't you take that yarmulke off? He's like, how dare you?
Yeah, it's part of my culture, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they like
How
go.
dare you even suggest that?
They go on their honeymoon, and he like has to leave the mouse behind. And he like doesn't know where the pussy is.
Mm-hmm.
Do yarmulkes stay on when they go to sleep?
No, I don't think so.
know.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they. I don't think most. Maybe. I don't know.
They probably sell, like,
most
sweet-
Jewish men don't wear a yarmulke.
Yeah, their noses are removable. I heard.
God damn.
They just take them off at the end of the day, like it's a retainer.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that would be interesting if that happened. Probably not super likely. Wonder if there's like a Ratatouille version for like killing a man though. Like you don't have the guts. You're about to put the gun away, and then the big.
Oh
rat
yeah, it
jumps
comes
on
in the
your
form of a Rottweiler though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Son of Sam, right?
No, because the Rottweiler wouldn't fit on your head. You need an animal that can fit on your head.
Did they put that dog to sleep? The one that
The one that had all those people killed.
Yeah, the one
the
that Sam
mastermind
said.
of the Son of Sam murders.
The one that Sam said that.
Oh right.
I wonder.
Yeah.
You don't just give it to some. His grandmother doesn't just take the dog. The police are
But I
like,
think
we're
he
still
made-
killing the dog. It's weird.
Yeah, but he probably made it up that the dog told him to.
Well, he definitely
do that.
made it up.
Yeah.
No, I think he might have visualized it.
I mean, Ted
I don't think he was
Bundy-
trying to get out of it. I don't think he was like, it was the dog. I think he was going crazy.
Because Ted Bundy said porn made him become a serial killer.
Yeah.
They didn't ban porn after that. They should have though.
Yeah.
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 Well, also he says that like statistically, like serial killers, they all have like serious porn addictions, right?
Yeah, but also like the porn that they watch is like people like it's like torture stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Like from what I understand. I mean, I'm sure they watch regular stuff too, but I don't think they're looking up like Latinas shaking ass. You know what I mean? I don't think Ted Bundy was like.
Yeah, it's not like
I
regular.
don't think Ted Bundy was like, oh yeah, like Backshots compilation. You know what I mean? I don't think it was the most tame.
He's watching like
pornography.
Skinamax.
Yeah, he didn't
just
look
a
at
lady
it.
dancing in front of a pool.
Yeah, he didn't watch a fingering tutorial and then go kill a woman.
He wasn't like boy and girl kiss and
Yeah.
make love for the first
Waiting
time.
for scenes in movies.
Yeah,
He's waiting for
lesbian
Bugs Bunny-
massage.
Bugs
and then he
Bunny to
just
dress like a lady.
fucking goes and buys the van. Yeah.
That's how he started. He was like, I can't come anymore watching Bugs Bunny dressed like a lady. Yeah.
Maybe we need
so-
maybe we need characters on the podcast in 2024. Maybe
We
this
could,
is what
but I mean-
Thomas has figured out.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah.
recurring characters.
Well, you could probably. Can you do any voices? Can you do any voices or accents or?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Can do Michael Che fucking Mike's wife.
Oh, okay. Your only bit. Yeah.
You can pretend to
Sure.
be a black guy. It's like pretty fun. Or
You-
another
You
race.
can, yeah, yeah.
You can be any. You can do that. You can be racist. you
Theater
can
of the
be-
imagination.
You can be.
I
mean, Nick kind of unlocked a new world for a lot of people. I think.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Can be,
It's kind of cringe when you're not good at it, though.
That's
you gotta
true.
be
You can also be. Lately, what I've been doing is a lot of like food parodies
okay.
that are funny. That are not even like. They're so stupid that they just come back around to being funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not good at them even.
Mhm.
So we do some of those because that kind of, food parodies have been out for a while, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. What do you mean, food parody?
like, like Weird Al style stuff,
Okay.
but like bad.
What's an example?
Let's see. The song like, I want to be free.
Oh yeah,
Say,
Queen.
I want to eat cheese.
Okay.
Stuff like that. And I don't even know how the rest of the song goes, but that's just
Sure.
dumb, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. That is funny because
Sean, you can't do any voices or accents.
No, all right. Okay, wait. It's it's Tears in Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It's Would You Know My Name If I Went to 7-Eleven?
There you go.
This is like middle school. No, this is the new.
This is
kind
like
of
when you
podcast
dare your
we're
friend
doing.
to say a thing,
Welcome
and then you're
to-
like, "That fucking sucked. Fuck you, loser."
Welcome to 2024, baby. The Out for Smokes podcast is really, it's really
I think the
going.
world
Exactly
is
what we
just
need.
fucking retarded.
Yeah.
No, it's like
I have noticed that though people are like talking about the Chinese voice, and they're like, and they say Nick brought back the Chinese voice. It's like the Chinese voice never left.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah,
not
yeah.
11 anymore.
Right.
Every kid who finds out what a Chinese person sounds like does Chinese voice with their friends.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
and then in China they do
It's like it's like we're just at an age where we don't have teenagers in our lives, so we think those things don't exist. Like,
Right.
Teenagers are still saying faggot. They're still going hard in the paint, and we think it's like whoa, and it's like no, kids are out here being kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
once you
But like, can
start-
you believe a cartoon is the only thing who can do it, and also real kids.
Yeah.
Real kids
Yeah,
can do it too,
they
and they do it every
Yeah.
day.
All
Once
right.
you start hanging out with like 16-year-old girls again, it makes you realize like,
Yeah.
like, you know, like wokeness and all that.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, things will be fine if I
I'm like,
just
you
keep
girl-
hanging out
I'm
with
like,
15-year-olds.
You girls are so smart.
Yeah.
God,
You girls get it. You understand.
I feel like nobody gets me. Like I
Yeah.
thought this high school was so lame after I graduated.
Now
but, like,
for my
coming
next
back
Y'all want to
actually
cancel
cool.
me, right, girls?
You
They're like,
guys
"Do
think
the-
y'all
Do
like-
the Chinese restaurant guy.
you guys think I'm
Okay.
funny, right? I can almost grow a beard.
It's like crank phone calls perfected the Chinese voice.
Yeah, I guess kids are like naturally funny. My kid's 2.5, and he'll grab my nipple and go, "I want milk. I want milk." So we should have him on the pod. Maybe
You should.
we should get the baby on the.
I mean,
on
that
the
is like
podcast.
logical of him though, because you would assume if there were bigger breasts, they would produce more milk than Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be more logical if he grabbed your dick and did that.
Yeah,
Where is it?
yeah, for sure.
Daddy, why does your milk spout turn so much? Why is it a weird? Why does it look like an L?
It's a pretzel. Yeah,
Um,
probably unlikely. Your son probably wouldn't grab your penis.
It's unlikely to grab my penis.
Probably
yeah, no,
not.
yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't grab my penis.
Probably doesn't.
No,
I don't either. So
no.
makes sense.
Yeah, maybe someday.
I remember I was sitting on a raft once on like an island at like a there's like my town had like a lake you could go to, you know, and I was sitting on it and a kid jumped up from like the water to get onto the dock and he just grabbed my penis like Jason Voorhees, like just like dude, I was like, ah! And he just kept holding because you know as a kid it's hard to swim and you're scared, you're in a lake.
Yeah.
He just kept pulling down on my penis.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Imagine having to like
Anyway.
explain that to Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's an innocent explanation for
This
this.
kid keeps fucking pranking me over here.
What was the last? Do you enjoy watching stand up?
Yeah, from time to time. Last good special.
Yeah.
I watched Nick Mullins recently. That one was good. I think my favorite from this last year was probably Shane Gillis's. He fucking killed it on that one. But yeah, I only watched a few this year, honestly.
No, I think those were my two favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that Mulaney special that everybody was talking about. I finally watched it this week.
Is that
and it
this
was just
year, or-
Kind of. I think it was this year or last year, maybe. No, it might have been. I think it was this year. It came out like a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
But everybody was acting like it was like amazing, and I'm like, this is just. I don't know. I thought it was kind of underwhelming. It's just him talking about how he like went to rehab.
I wanted to hear
Like-
about him like cheating on his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too.
Cocaine,
Me too. Yeah.
You know.
Because really, nobody cares that you did cocaine.
Yeah,
We
that's
care
just
that
what
you
most
can't
comics
stop-
talk about. So it's like
Yeah.
he's talking about something that everyone talks about.
Yeah. Talk about sticking your dick in crazy when you have a nice wife at home. You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, talk about how you broke your child's heart.
What do you
over all
mean?
of it. Or no, he got a girl pregnant, right?
He got a girl
That's
pregnant,
what
yeah.
it was. So you
Yeah,
made a
yeah.
kid. That's awesome, dude. You did well.
Yeah. That's like the second worst thing you can do to your wife. The first worst thing is if it's in the 1980s and you're having secret anonymous gay sex and then you give your wife HIV. That's the worst
Wait,
thing.
who did that?
Well, a lot of people.
Mike did, unfortunately.
No. I haven't told her yet. But yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't
suck. You're
don't
having
cheat on
secret
your
gay sex, and
don't
then you
che-
give your wife AIDS from like
That
sweat
sucks.
on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not from the AIDS,
Yeah.
from like the nerves of it all.
Yeah, right.
Just like, oh,
She gets
dude,
mad
I'm
and
such
you're
a
like, you're big.
scumbag.
Honey, I went to the doctor today and they ran some tests.
Tell me I'm
and,
gay.
Yeah. Yeah, your wife going to the doctor and they're
Oh.
like, yeah.
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 You're
It's
like,
like, you're being really homophobic right now. You know that?
Yeah, that's the only.
That is ice cold coming from you. I thought you were an ally,
That's
you know?
really the only thing.
Yeah. Oh, suddenly when it's your husband giving you AIDS, now it's a problem? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
you give your wife AIDS through down low gay sex, and then you go to the florist, and you're like, I'm gonna need a really big bouquet. Like
Yeah.
I can't really go into it, but I need to make an apology, so I'm gonna need your best flowers right now.
Yeah.
Buddy, here's $150. What can I get? This must be the most anyone's ever spent in here, huh?
Yeah. Imagine you get that diagnosis and then you have to like go to work the next day.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
sucks.
He's like, it's an extra $5 for the card. That's good. I'm just gonna print out a piece of paper. I'm gonna write it myself.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I have AIDS. All right, fine. But hopefully, I didn't give it to my unsuspecting wife.
Who's pregnant with my child
doesn't
right
know,
now.
Yeah, who doesn't know a single thing.
Yeah.
who has no idea that I'm a secret.
She thinks if you rip money up, you get like triple the money. If you have 30% of the bill.
Yeah.
My poor, unsuspecting, innocent wife, who I have not given AIDS to, I hope.
Yeah, I need this watch engraved. Can you say, sorry for the AIDS, baby?
It's the anniversary present. It's a locket.
You give her a card from Hallmark. It's like, I know we've had our ups and downs.
Yeah, you give her a locket that has a picture of Rock Hudson in it, and that's how you tell her?
Rock Hudson and Freddie Mercury. You're like, what the hell? She's like, what the hell is this?
She's like, you don't even like his music. What are you talking about?
It's like Rock Hudson, Eazy-E, Magic Johnson, and your wife.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
What do all these people have in common?
Honey, if I know anything, I bet all these other guys will be dead and you'll survive in 20 years.
If that happened to me, I would spin it like I just did an ancestry test. It was really
Yeah.
cool, like one of those 23andMe things.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why it showed up, but it said you have AIDS. It's crazy to find out. And I'm part Irish. Wow. Weird.
Like, you're going into it like you're going to get mad at her. Like, are you fucking another guy? Did you bring AIDS into this house?
This is what you get for using those tampons.
Did you sit on a public bus?
You probably got it at yoga class or something, honey.
This is because of your boyfriend from 6 years ago.
You know, every man a woman sleeps with, he leaves some of his DNA in her.
I told you shouldn't have gone out and got a job.
You should have never gotten molested.
You don't listen to me.
It's going to take all my male manipulator tactics to survive this one.
First you get a driver's
Yeah,
license,
literally.
now this. Gosh, what is next?
That's it. I'm taking your credit card away. You've only had these for 7 years.
This is what you get for talking to your mom every week.
Look, just because your ex-boyfriend gave you AIDS after doing down low gay sex doesn't mean I'm that guy. And I'm tired of being responsible for things that guy did, all right?
Okay, I guess you just don't, because you just don't trust me, I guess. I'm telling you right here that I didn't give you AIDS, and I guess you just don't trust me.
My New Year's resolution was literally to not give you AIDS, and yet you're thinking I did it to you.
I told you, I go to the Bronx for work. Every day, I go to the Bronx. It's part of my job.
As you're just like shivering, you're like, listen to me, achoo, achoo. You just can't stop sneezing.
Blood splatters on her face. Babe, you look like a fucking mess.
Here, let's get you cleaned up, okay?
Just blasting
Are you
shit.
coughing up
Yeah.
blood? Stop changing the subject.
Honey, my medical bills are going to be very expensive. Could you start ripping these $20 bills into thirds?
I know. I'm worried I was like too hard on her because the last thing I said before I left the house was dirt. But, yeah, I think you only need like 30% of the money.
It's so cool to have a kid with a woman because you can just like be an asshole, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's not going to leave
yeah,
you. Over
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's not like a girlfriend.
Yeah. But I think I said I can't wait until my kid's older and just be like, so he can be like, Mom, that's really stupid. You know, it's nice having another person there. You got a nice girlfriend.
Yeah.
She showed up. She's very friendly, and
Nice girl.
it's good when when you're funny.
Yeah.
You got any tips for the listeners if they're single or
I would say
dating tips?
Because I went through a phase where I was just having no luck.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I was like,
I find that hard to believe. But
no,
this is
I,
like
I,
a
I
new,
was like
you weren't like a sweater guy forever, right? This seems like
this
a
is
new.
a sweatshirt.
Yeah, but you got the collared shirt underneath.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
kind
a
of
good-
just layering. It's because my mom gave me clothes for Christmas and
Okay.
stuff. So like December and January, I usually dress well, and then I hit like February. I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done with that.
Okay.
And then I'm back to the bullshit.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I got into like working out when I was like 20 or so,
Okay.
and then I lost like 40 pounds or whatever, and then I kind of like thinks that helped.
Yeah.
So if you're like really fat, try to not be really fat, and that helps. And then
Yeah.
just like
well,
sort
it's
of
hard though not to be really fat.
it is
It's so
hard.
hard.
And I gained a bunch of weight this year, but I kind of because I quit vaping too.
Okay.
But I thought, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I would say just try and take good care of yourself, and then become interesting as you can, but like get into hobbies and stuff. Have things where you don't. Because what sucks with the dating apps is all the hobbies that are big on there are made up. Nobody's going hiking.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's no
Nobody
archery.
is like traveling all the time if you don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has the same profile on there, and they're all lying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Like
all
when
like
I
a
was on
wish
there-
list of shit.
Yeah,
they
like when
wish
I was
they
on
would do this year.
dating apps, I had no luck because I was lying like everybody
yeah.
else. Because I just thought, yeah, girls love it when you go hiking every day. Like,
Yeah.
that, who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
Homeless people.
I was looking at a girl's like Tinder one time, just like seeing what's on there, and I was like scrolling through like the guys on there.
Yeah.
And this one guy had like a picture of him, like he was like holding a baby and like kissing it. He's like holding a baby like this and going like that was his profile pic. He's like
the best is whenever people just have like a bunch of pictures with their ex where the ex is cropped out and they're just going like this.
yeah.
And it's like really grainy. It's like, oh, cool. It's
Yeah.
good to know you were next to a dock at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of guys don't have any luck till they just kind of like stop trying and talking to women in general. For a long time, I just went to the gym and
You
then
gotta
I
stop bothering them, right?
yeah, like I had I had like whenever I met my now girlfriend, I had an ankle monitor and
Okay.
stuff, and like I was like on house arrest. Just met her on the internet.
She think
Thank
that
God
and
the
then-
witness disappeared.
And then and then things just ended up working out. But looking back, I'm like, why did she find me interesting at all? I had like a weird low ponytail. I just looked like a pedophile, really. And it ended up being fine.
Was that a DUI? Or?
No, it was so in Texas they have really strict drug laws, and I got pulled over because I had a headlight out, and they found like two like almost empty like dab cartridges under my seat, which is a state jail felony there.
Jesus.
What's
So-
a dab? Like a vape?
Yeah, like the weed pens.
Jesus. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
They
it's like
really
a-
should bring that kind of law and order to Bushwick, though.
It's like a big deal there.
It's not a bad idea.
So yeah, it ended up being like kind of a hassle, but it's fine now. But yeah, that's why whenever I
And the
first
ankle bracelet, you can't leave your house.
So I kind of got around it. I had a curfew of 8 p.m., but then I got a job delivering pizzas at night. So then because of that, I could be out later. So
Nice.
and it ended up being fine. It was just expensive.
Yeah.
So you have to like rent your ankle monitor. It's like expensive, but it's okay.
Honey, I got a job delivering pizzas. That's
Yeah.
why I'm out at night. You just cover yourself in melted
yeah.
cheese. You
Yeah,
just
my
smear melted cheese
my
on-
ankle monitor keeps getting
cover up the
looser and looser on my frail body.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to deliver the pizzas while wearing rollerblades. That's why I keep collecting them.
Yeah.
Um,
Just to cover up the smell of anonymous gay sex.
Yeah.
you buy a pizza and smear it on
I
your...
told you it's an LGBT friendly pizza delivery, so I have to have glitter on my body when I do it.
Exactly. Well, guys, this was a lot of fun. Any final thoughts?
So Thomas, you got any New Year's resolutions, or you don't do that?
New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna try to keep doing what I'm doing. I honestly, my main goal for this year is I want to be doing like comedy full time. That's my goal, and I don't want to set too
So
many.
do we.
I know it's a lofty goal to set. So I
Ghosts
don't
of
want to
Christmas future talking to Thomas right now.
Yeah. But I think that was also my goal last year. So we'll see. So we'll see. But yeah. What about
It's
you
a
guys?
good goal, but it's nice to do some real work.
No,
every once in a while.
it's not that I don't want to do real work. It's that I don't want to have the same like kind of shitty job and like rely on that mostly. Like I want to have more time.
Yeah, it's too
for-
repetitive.
for,
It
like,
makes you go
projects and
crazy.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like ideally, like maybe working like part time and then just
Right.
doing like this type of stuff. That'd be
Nice.
fun.
Nice.
But yeah. What about you guys?
I tell myself I'm gonna quit sugar. There's no way. I'm gonna
Yeah,
eat
you're not gonna do that, but you can
eat
cut
mint
down.
chocolate chip tonight. Yeah, I could cut down.
Just cut down on the processed shit, and then like make. If I were you, I would just like cut down on like ice cream and shit like that,
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
all I
can
eat.
always like make cookies with less sugar than
Yeah.
normal, stuff like that.
I know, but I won't do that. That's why I have to go like cold turkey, no sugar.
Like whenever I first stopped drinking, I started again. I'm not a quitter, but I was eating so much sugar for a while. I feel like that's a common thing.
Yeah.
And I would eat like 3 bags of peach rings every day, like
Wow.
that, like it was medicine.
Uh-huh.
Just like it's like, all right, gotta take my pills,
Your little
which is
pill box,
which
yeah.
is like 300 peach rings. But yeah,
Nice.
but that's a good goal.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to be healthier. I feel like I got a heart attack coming pretty soon. So,
Yeah, you probably do.
So I just
But,
want to.
You can blame it on the vaccine though. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah. You go, no, it's not everything else.
Yeah.
They got me. They fucking got me.
Is alcohol bad for your heart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
yeah,
Right?
long term.
causes cancer too.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Does
a
it? Yeah, I heard it's like bad for every all around.
for me, a big thing is I think if I drink too many times a week, it's really bad for like my gut and everything. I feel like if I drink like I'm not that good about having just one beer, but even if I have like one beer a night, I feel like it just fucks up my sleep and everything.
Yeah.
Like I've been drinking every day since I got here, and I'll just like I don't know. Every time I like go to the bathroom or something, I'm like I feel like I'm fucking Artie Lang or something. Like I imagine that's what he has going on.
Yeah, your guts are just off. It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hinges on the door are fucking loose. Yeah, it don't feel right.
Yeah, I feel like a fucking Civil War veteran or
Yeah,
something. Just
yeah.
like hardtack and rum and all that shit.
There's so much good Christmas beer though.
There's a lot.
You get the beers with the elves on the box.
True.
But anyway, all right. I guess we're gonna end it there. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll be back next week with.
We should give Thomas where can
exciting episode.
where can
Oh,
people
yeah.
find you?
Patreon.com/Pendejo Time for our paid episodes, and then Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit for our free episodes. And for Pendejo Time, we have a free episode every week and a paid episode every week. And we also have a $10 tier on the Patreon where you can get video stuff. But if you want to just check it out for free, you can do that wherever you listen to podcasts. And
Maybe that's what we should do for 2024 is actually deliver the higher tier content that we promise.
Yeah.
it sucks to do it, but once you're in the habit of doing it, then you're like, oh, this is just part of what I do.
Yeah.
But also, we like for our podcast.
Listen,
we're
all I
working.
know is the guys on this podcast stay winning. We win
That's
all
right.
the
Dude.
time.
2023 was our year. 2024 will
24
even more be
will
our
even
year.
More be our year. And why don't you guys jump on because we're having mad fun over here.
Yeah,
And,
we're probably gonna go watch shopping after
The,
this.
the
actually.
Out for Smokes Dynasty.
Out
Join
for
the
Smokes,
club.
it's just a big party. You
It's
know,
just a
like,
big party.
We think of it as
Yeah.
we call it a podcast for simplicity, but what it really is, it's a lifestyle, it's a party,
Yes.
it's a community.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you want to be part of this community, part of this lifestyle, you go to patreon.com/Pendejo out for smokes.
That's right.
And give us $5, and we'll give you all the fulfillment that you're
That focus that
seeking.
you need to
Yeah.
get to the next level.
Do you feel lost?
Which is
Do you
the
feel
$10
alone in
tier.
this
Yeah,
world?
yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a cure for the emptiness over at patreon.com/outforsmokes. We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.